Hello and welcome. I want to thank everyone for watching, and if you're following along the latest step fan updates, thanks for following along. Today I'm building a roof rack system for the 1982 Grumman Olson Chevy P30 step van. You see here I'm cutting some angle iron. It's 1.25 inches, I believe. Those are going to be for brackets that for the upper and lower mounting brackets. If you look at the diagram that I'll post here, this should basically explain all the lingo that I'm going to use from here on out to describe different parts that I'm making, just so things make sense. Might be kind of hard to read some of that chicken scratch, but it's all there. All the information's there. So right now I'm just cutting some of the lower support arms. Those are basically square stock. It's about I think that's 1/2 inch square stock that I used. A lot of this is stuff that I had lying around in the shop for the most part. I wanted to do this build again as cheaply as I could and use as much scrap material that I had, so it wouldn't be too expensive for me. So I'm cutting a couple of those pieces. I need 8 total of those. I needed 16 of the upper and lower mounting brackets, and then you'll see also that I've got right there some more angle iron, and that is going to be part of the lower mounting bracket. Right now I'm just welding it up. I'm using a Lincoln 140 MIG machine, 035 wire, and yeah, just trying to keep, the inside. I didn't have to go all the way across. I just kind of welded a few inches in on each side, and then the front of the bracket I welded all the way straight across. Try to keep the heat down, move in different spots just so that it wouldn't warp or bend in any way. I wanted even distribution of surface area on the gutter, so it would pull everything together tightly and it wouldn't move, it wouldn't shift. So yeah, I've got 8 of those that I made, and each of these had to be custom fit. You'll see once I make these, I have to go around and make sure that the holes are all in line. So this will be a little bit later on in the video. Just a note, really quick. I cut everything with a grinder for the most part, except for the sides of the rack, which you'll see in a little bit. But for the most part, everything was done with a grinder. I picked up one of those Diablo cutoff wheels from Home Depot. They're like $20. They're diamond. They say they last 100 times longer than a regular cutoff wheel. Those things didn't cut very well at all. Yes, I would say that they would last 100 times longer in the garbage, never being used ever again. It might even be 1,000 times longer. But honestly, those ceramic cutoff wheels work the best for me. I'm sure most of you out there who've used those to cut metal, would agree. Maybe not. Who knows? Anyways, this is the rectangular tubing I'm trimming to length. Right now, it's an overall 79 inches. That's the rail, basically the horizontal surface that acts as the rack part of everything. So The ladders will be sitting on this. The decking material, if I put any decking material on here, will be sitting on that. And that is a 2-inch by 1.5 inch, I want to say, rectangular tubing. Not sure the wall thickness, but it's pretty thick. It's a little thicker than the angle iron that I used for the mounting brackets. I did one prototype rack just to make sure everything looked right, fit right, met all of the needs that I was looking for in a rack. It also gave me a basis to kind of further brainstorm and think of other things that I might need or might not need. So you see the first one right there, and right now I'm using square and level just to make sure everything is at the same height. The floor, I checked the level of the floor, and it was pretty good. So whoever did the concrete work did a pretty decent job on that. So I'm using that as a base for my level. Just making sure everything is square to each other, because I would like this. The step fan is has a very boxy shape, and you'll see, you'll notice if any of the lines are off. So I want everything to be nice and neat and straight. So I'm just basically tacking everything into place here. I used the those wooden clamps to just support one end, and it was just long enough that I could hold on to the other roof rack, the other side of the roof rack, just to keep everything kind of stable. The sides are made of 1/4 inch sheet that I took to a metal supermarket. The guy was cool enough on a Saturday to basically shear all of those. I tried the very first prototype rack that I made. I cut everything with a grinder, and it took me forever to cut through that 1/4 inch steel plate with just the grinding wheel. So I said, screw this, took it over there. The guy was cool, did it for free. I'm in there enough. I mean, I buy enough metal. Maybe he's just kind of hooking me up or whatever, or maybe he was just really cool. But he ended up cutting everything to length. The sides stand 15 inches tall by 6 inches wide. Right now I'm just tacking up some of those lower supports. And again, just refer to that diagram earlier in the video if you have any questions about what's what on here. The lower supports are set. They allow for just a little bit of more support, because the roof is rounded at the top of the step fan roof is a little bit round. It lets me put in that little angular support. I think that's just going to add a little bit more rigidity and what's the word? Lateral strength to keep everything from shifting side to side when I turn. I think that might add torsion, and might help with torsion. And I guess right here I run out of the filler wire, so get a little frustrated about that. I just wanted everything done, all the quick stuff tacked up in a day, and I ran out of wire, so I just called it a day here. Thanks for watching. Leave comments or like or subscribe if you want more material here. Stay tuned for the next part. Okay, thanks.